Hey friends, it's Laura with Laura's Handmade Haven. Welcome or welcome back. I'm so glad you joined me today. If you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, you may have gathered that I love vintage items. I collect vintage chokers. I also collect vintage hand-beaded bags. I also love just all things vintage, right? It's just fun for me to find all those fun little items in antique shops and flea markets and thrift shops and just turn them into something amazing. And this bag, I actually got this on eBay and it is gorgeous, right? And I mean, come on, how could I resist a black and gold bag? I am a Mizzou girl through and through, so this just needed to be added to my collection. And the clasp is so cool. It has a cute little chain that you can actually drop inside and then just have a clutch. I mean, this is like perfect. Now, the seller warned me when they went to ship it, they were like, okay, so if you want to cancel this order, I totally understand because there's sand inside this bag. And I'm like, I know what happened because this is not my first rodeo. These are Walborg purses. They're hand beaded. They were hand beaded all across the world. This one actually came from Hong Kong, but there are some that came from like Belgium and East Germany and all kinds of places. They were based out of New York, but they had all these other countries all over the world doing these hand-beaded purses. For whatever reason, as these bags age, they are lined with a satin, and then they are hand-beaded onto like a silk fabric. But for stability, they put something between the silk and the satin, and that over time has deteriorated. And that's what she was referring to when she said there's sand in your bag. And you might be able to hear it. The other thing you might have noticed is when I do that, look at that. There is like junk fallen out of there. And that's the deteriorated stabilizer that's between the satin and the silk with that hand beading. So what we're gonna do is we're going to pull the liner out of this bag and we're gonna find the seam at the bottom, cut a couple little threads, get all that yucky stuff out of there, then clean up the bag and then fix the lining. So let me swing you down here and let me grab a trash can and a towel. All right, on the table in front of me, I have my gorgeous bag. I have a dampened microfiber towel. I have a cup of water with an old toothbrush. If you don't have an old toothbrush, treat yourself to a new one, and then you have an old one for craft projects. I have some fabric fuse, that's what I'm gonna do to repair the lining after I cut those few little stitches. I also have my seam ripper and a pair of little scissors just in case. So all I'm gonna do is I've pulled this liner out of the bag, and this is like at the bottom of the bag. So if it doesn't go back perfectly, then no one will ever know. And I'm gonna very carefully take my seam ripper and I'm going to kind of pull this apart, and I'm just going to try to get one stitch to begin with, just one. And be careful not to cut the fabric. Whew, did you see that little puff? Whew. Yeah, this is gonna be a hot mess. The other thing you wanna grab is a trash can, which I will get that in just a minute too. And I'm just going to take out about an inch or so of this seam and the lining. And I want to kind of stay in the center just because. All right, I think that's probably enough. Whew. All right, let me show you inside of there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it is yucky. All right, so now I'm gonna grab my trash can and I'm going to dump the sand in the trash. Okay, so to do that, I'm just gonna turn this over and I'm just going to kind of grab the outside of the bag. And you can see the outside of the bag is so dusty because of this too. I don't know if you can see what just fell out of there, but it's like this. Here, it's a whole bunch of that. It's a bunch of powdery, gross looking stuff. Do not inhale it, by the way. I have no idea what it is, but oh my goodness, you should. I don't know if you can see the cloud, but there's a cloud. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to, once again, put that back in there and kind of give it a little shake. to see if there's anything left. It usually comes out pretty easily. This is not the first one I've done. Unfortunately, this is probably the third or fourth one I've done. Oops, the handle's in the way. But it is a quick and easy fix. Because you don't want your bag leaving a trail behind you wherever you go when you go out. All right, so I think that's pretty good. Now that all the gross stuff is out of there, I'm just going to leave the liner out for a minute. Let me close up my seam ripper so nothing happens there. I'm just going to leave the liner out just for a minute, and I'm going to take this very lightly dampened microfiber cloth, and I'm just going to wipe the lining. And you'll see that this cleans up so easily. These microfiber cloths are great for this. And so you're just going to wipe the lining a little bit, clean it up. I also had another purse that I recently got that had a silver chain, but when I got it, that silver chain was like black. It was so gross. And so that one, I just used some silver cleaner and cleaned it right up, and it was amazing. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use a little bit of that fabric fuse, and where I cut it open, I'm going to glue it shut. Now, if you wanted to do some hand stitching here, you definitely could. I'm not gonna worry about it because I know this little fabric fuse is going to be great. So I'm just gonna run a few little dots along here. And this is a product from ThermoWeb, if you're not familiar with it. It is awesome. It's still, you can wash it. It will hold up in the washing machine. It is pretty quick bonding. Let's see, what else does it say? Yeah, quick bond, fabric adhesive, and it's water, or it's good for the washer, good for all kinds of fabrics. And it will just keep those little seams right together. Now, I'm probably going to put a couple little clips or something on this while it dries. So let me grab those. Now, it is quick drying, but I just don't want to have to hold it. And this satin, you know, it can hang out here while I do work on the rest of the purse. All right, so for the rest of the purse, the first thing I want to do is I'm just going to test and see. If I can just use my microfiber, my dampened microfiber towel, and wipe it down and get most of the dirt out of it, then I'm probably going to stop there. If not, yeah, it's going to need a little more than that. Let's come closer so you can really see. All right, so when I went to just wipe this down with the microfiber, it definitely helps, but it's not really getting in all those little crevices between those beads. So what we're gonna do is we are going to very carefully and very lightly just use a little bit of a toothbrush dipped in just a little bit of water and just run it over here, just in a small section to begin with. Nothing crazy, because we're immediately going to go back and blot that with the microfiber towel. And again, just a little bit of water. Going with the stitching of the beads. Oops. Don't get too crazy, because these threads that hold these beads on are old and you don't want them to give way. This bag looks to be in really good shape. I'm very happy with this purchase. Sometimes the pictures do not really tell the story, and you get them and you're like, okay, well, there's beads missing and there's this, that, and the other. And, you know, you'd think at this point I would be like, okay, I'm only going to buy them if I see them in person. But sometimes you see something online that you're like, I got to have that. And you can really tell how the dirt here in the sides from that, just that lining alone, just from that lining. All right, let's flip and see the other side. Actually, let's look right here. See how this looks so yucky in there? We're just gonna take a little bit of water and the toothbrush and just go around down in there. Then take the microfiber and clean all that up. And again, just be careful not to destroy the purse, because you definitely can if you're not careful. Woo, wait, look at that. And we're gonna just take a little bit of water and clean all that up. Here's the side we've done. Here's the side we have not done. Can you tell a difference? Maybe not on the camera. Believe me, I can tell in person. Oof. Again, just starting right here at the corner, doing a small section. Brush, brush, dab, dab. All right, that looks so much better. And then we'll just finally do the bottom of the bag. Let me see if I can get this pulled apart. Now, when you're storing these bags, if you decide to start your collection, when you store these vintage hand-beaded bags, do not store them by hanging them by the handle. The handles are fragile and the bags are somewhat fragile. So just make sure that you store them in a drawer or on a shelf. And actually, they really suggest you stuff them with tissue paper when you're storing them. And that way they retain their shape and they won't, you know, get all yucky and deteriorate on you. These bags that I'm collecting are like from the 50s, the 40s and 50s, 1940s and 50s, for those of you that are born way after me. So they, you know, they deserve a little TLC and a little grace, because they have, hopefully these bags have seen some things, and I'm hoping they will see some more with me. Now, the last thing we have to do is just take these clips off the bottom of the bag and push this lining back inside. I am going to go ahead and see to make sure this is stuck together, and it is, because Fabric Fuse is amazing. So now we can stick that back inside the bag. Now the lining is back in the bag, the lining is clean, the outside is clean, and that yucky old deteriorated stabilizer or whatever that was is not in there. And I don't have a bag that shakes out sand when I move it around, which just wouldn't be the look I'm going for. Just not my thing. All right, so I hope that that was helpful. I know that's like totally different than what I typically give you guys for content, but I thought, you know, it might be something that someone out there is interested in. And I know that you guys have seen some of my vintage purses and pictures, and I know you've definitely seen some of my vintage chokers. So I thought I'd just show you a couple little tricks to get rid of that sand out of your vintage purse, just in case you run into that situation in your craft room. Until next time, find joy in all you do, carve out some time for crafting and creating, and remember, it's always better when you make stuff up.